What's up, early birds? We got some charts moving around. We got to talk about that next niche, maybe pumping coming up. What's going to be those 100x, 10x, 20x coins in this altcoin bull market, and Bitcoin bull market is just around the corner. I got some great charts to break down what's going on right now. We had a great member stream this weekend, but we got to talk about what's going on in these markets. So everybody, we're going to be getting going here in just a second. Hope you're all doing well. Let's see some activity in this live chat. Let me drop in some of those emojis. Are you buying? Are you selling? What was your biggest winner? Let me know what your biggest winner and percentage gain was over the weekend. Did you sit on your hands? Did you take profit? Are you looking? What's the next coin you're looking at buying? I'm sharing all my thoughts with you guys. Let's see what you guys are looking at buying. We're going to be getting going here in just a few minutes. Man, I'm feeling good. These markets are doing exactly what we've been waiting on them to do for a couple years now, since that huge downturn in after those highs in 2021 all the way through 2022. We had a lot of up and down price action in 2023, but when we look back at it, man, that was just up and to the right, with just corrections along the way. What are we doing right now? We got some great things going on in the charts, some really bullish news I cannot wait to share with you. And I hope you're all doing well. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. What are you all grateful for this morning? I see those emojis flowing. I see all the members here in the community that are here pre-stream. I love each and every one of you that's here early like this. It shows me you really want to know what's going on, and you are an active member of this community. Again, I love you. I appreciate you. We're getting going here in just a moment. So do not sleep on that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Ding the bell. We're going to get going in just a moment. I see you, B Team Crypto, Sawtooth Hiker, Alexandra G, Jay, how you doing? Who else? We got R Russ, Russ, or just Russ, I suppose. Crimson Caravan, I know, is going to be in here in a moment if he's not yet. Atropine, first one in the room. I did my push-ups, still out of breath from it. Did you do some form of physical activity yet today? Let's stay positive. Let's stay grateful. Let's look at this data. What does the data say? I got some great things to share with you today, and I already shared some of it with the members over the weekend in the Discord. So get in there if you're not in there yet. I cannot wait to break down these charts with you all. We got to talk about it. New week. Markets are closed today, but we're going to talk about what we're seeing. Big love to each and every one of you. I want to see Bro Cochino De Niro back in the house. Big love to you, says Olaf fam. Now let's go ahead and get a little bit of a roll call. Let's see who's here, the pre-streamers. All you guys that are here before the stream really starts. We're going to get going here in just a couple seconds. So I hope you're all feeling well. Let's get this chat flowing. I'll see you guys here in the stream in just a moment. If you're ready to get this stream going, I want to see some ones in chat. Let's get those ones flowing in this chat. We'll get this going here in just a second. What's up, everybody? We got some stuff to talk about. Let's jump right on into it. Bitcoin making its way slowly back up, testing these previous range highs. We have not yet cleared above this order block right here. We got some key levels we're going to be looking at and some data points. We also see coins like GRT just launching up. This green line, this is where I identified you guys that I bought some GRT, and look at this, just parabolic run up on this 1 hour chart. We got to talk about this and several of the other coins. Ethereum making waves up, came down into the golden pocket and launched right back up. Are we going to hit $3,000 a day? Link also trading sideways in this range. We see Near also pushing up here. Small bit of a correction, a little bit of a sign that maybe we're setting up with the head and shoulders. We got some stuff like Render, green bars where we bought, pushing up, up, up. And what are we getting? Rise, retrace, continuation. Retrace, continuation, retrace, continuation. Is this retrace going to result in another continuation? We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. So I want to see each and every one of you right now. If you are here in this room, roll call. How you doing? How you feeling? Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding that bell down below. Join us here in this community, the most positive, empowering, resource heavy tools, data sets, showing you how you can navigate this market. And by the way, if you don't know who I am, my name is Kelly Kellum. Welcome to the show. Welcome to BitLab Academy, the most positive place in the crypto universe. And it has to do with each and every single one of you. But we got some things we want to cover today. So again, hit that like button. Let's go ahead and dive into some of the things we want to talk about. First things first, this market is doing so well. I mean, notice this. If we go ahead and refresh this, we're pushing right up depending on which data aggregator you're looking at. Falco, mega positivity with the $10 super chat. I appreciate you kicking off that super chat train. I love you. I appreciate you. I've been seeing you here in the community for a while, so big love to you. High five says mega Bitcoin. But what I want to look at right here, look at this. We're basically right at about a $2 trillion market cap. 2 trillion. Is this a fake industry? Is this magic internet money? Well, $2 trillion worth of capital in this industry proves that this is not a fake industry. This is a positive, this is an industry with a huge impact on everything from finance to culture to gaming to decentralization. How did I not say that first? And we're seeing huge gains over that. I mean, if we come up here on the 7-day chart, look at this matrix up 93%. PAL AI. This is going to be a big play we have to talk about today, but there's so much beyond just those coins that say AI in their name. There's other things that we can ride the wave of this AI pressure, but not only AI, but gaming, but also blockchain, decentralization, file, data storage, compute power. There's so much that we need to talk about because we are lining up for some absolutely massive gains in this market. And if you feel like you missed the boat, then you're not looking at the data. And I'm here to help make sure that you can get on the boat that you want to get on towards those profits. And I want you to do it in a meaningful way that practices risk management, but also can make sure you can be exposed to risk. And you do it with the diligence that I teach you here. And we do it as a community. So if you like that, hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. Join us here. Now, coming back over here, we also got, look at this, Singularity up 76% over this last week. Arweave, this is one of those depend plays. File storage, right? 67%. The Graph, which just rocketed up overnight, 13%, but this is up almost 50%, 47% over the last 7 days. VeChain resurging back into the market. Awareness, 46% up. Fetch AI, ONDO. I called this one out to all of you in the BitLab member stream, and then a day or two later here on the live stream, I was telling you about this one. This one has partnerships with Coinbase and some affiliations with BlackRock as well. It's up 36% in the last 7 days, 16% in the last 24 hours in HBAR and AVAX. I mean, the markets are feeling good. I just want to say, the markets are feeling good right now. Does that mean we need to just continue buying these green candles? Maybe not. We should practice a little bit of caution because we could get that 20, 30, 40, 50% correction at any time. We've seen it in all previous cycles pre-having some sort of large pullback. We've had multiple 20% pullbacks, but we have yet to have that shakeout. And when we look at the charts and we look at data, let me see where it's at. When we look at the charts and we look at data like this, and we look at the charts and we look at data like this, and we see that we are all the way up here, well in 94% people in profit. I want you to notice we're tapping into this red zone. tapping into this red zone. That was down, tapping into this red zone. Market down, tapping into this red zone. You can't tell there, but there was a little bit of a dip there. Pre-halving right here, pretty significant pullback. So as bullish as I am, I'm a little cautious right now, but I am looking for where that capital is going to rotate into so I can ride the various different waves in this market. Not jumping between coins, but keeping some dry powder on the sidelines so I can see what's moving and try to forecast what is going to move next. That's what this is about. Catching the waves before it's a wave crashing on top of you. Too many people try to catch a wave after that water's already breaking and they get drowned. And I don't want that to happen to you. So we're going to break down these charts right now. And we're going to talk about what coins we should be looking at, what niches we should be looking at. Are you okay with that? Everybody throw a 1 in chat right now if you want to see what's going on in this market. I see we got a lot of people in the room right now. So shout out to each and every one of you coming back over to these charts. Crimson Caravan Company, big love to you, my friend. Captain Kirk, Mafia Mama, big love to you. And C90, F feet for the win. Hey, yo, we got the people in the house today. Now, I'm going to go through some data points here real quick, and we're going to dive right into TA. We're going to be talking about it. We're going to be breaking it down. So let's look at it. Oh, by the way, if you haven't yet, make sure you're following me right here at Kelly Kellum, and make sure you follow BitLab Academy here at Academy BitLab. Make sure you're following the correct Kelly Kellum because there's only one of me, but there are dozens and dozens of fake profiles out there. Now, what do we see right here? Stock Money Lizards basically breaks down right here. This is a very interesting chart. I had not seen this oscillator before, the CCI. We see Bitcoin is overbought and overhyped. The contrary is true. Here's why we will likely hit prices above 200K by mid-2025. Do I think it's going to go over 200,000? I think there's a strong possibility, but as strong as that possibility is there's a lot of reason as these bigger players are coming into the market that we could see some control effects in the market by market makers and not wanting to catch some sort of parabolic top only to get wrecked. We may see some pressures in the market that prevent us from getting over 200K in 2025. But the point here is not the target of 200K. The point here is when do we look to catch this parabolic run? This shows when this oscillator here gets above the 1 level, and we see right here into this green zone, this is marked, and this is right about when the halving is. Each time halving was right here, but this is marked the strong parabolic rise in the chart. So we got to pay attention to what we're doing right now so we don't lose capital before this huge run up. We're looking to figure out how we can maximize our gains, not get so greedy right now we end up chopping ourselves to smaller amounts of capital. So this is something very major when we're talking about that parabolic increase. When's it going to come? How is it going to come? When we look at this chart, look at that big ass, and it's the only way to say it, this big ass drop right here. This is an increase of the outflow, coins going out of exchange. Look at this. Over 18,000 Bitcoin, almost $1 billion outflow withdrawn from Coinbase. This would be one of the biggest outflows ever recorded. Man, balances in the new wallets range from 45 million to 171 million with the UTXOs, which is unspent transaction outputs from the original transaction having been spent. So what we're really looking at here, if we come over, let's go up here. I'm going to pull back up my Twitter because I did just share this. I forgot to put it up on a tab. It's this right here. Look at this. Bitcoin on exchanges falls significantly over the weekend. This is large in part. The big part of this was that 18,000 Bitcoin outflow. But look at this massive dip. What does this mean when we're trying to understand what price is going to do? This is a huge reduction in available supply. Yes, there's still circulating supply. It doesn't change that. But the available supply in the marketplace, in exchanges, on exchanges, huge reduction in supply available. Therefore, meaning the demand that's there, without even increasing demand, the demand itself now has more of an impact on what price can do. Does this mean price is going to go up immediately right now today? Doesn't mean that. But what this does suggest is that there's a growing sentiment broadly in the market, and with, especially in this case, with large players that are saying, I'm holding on right now because the market's about to move. They're not preparing to sell. And this also adds to that supply shock that is surely coming with the halving. Now, coming on to the next chart, right here, I just want to point out, we're talking about supply and demand. Well, look at this. Bitcoin extreme buy pressure from all the Bitcoin spot ETFs charted. If we look at this, just look at, I mean, don't even look at the numbers, just look at the chart. This is the amount of Bitcoin bought or sold. And we're seeing here, we had a little bit of a drawdown, buying pressure in the market, because as the ETFs have more and more interest and inflow into those ETFs, they have to buy in kind from the Bitcoin market. In this case, they're buying basically from over-the-counter OTC, but it signifies how important these ETFs have been and will be. We have not even priced in what impact this is going to have on the market. So very, very positive. Kelly, will you wait after the BTC halving to DCA heavy into ADA and some other altcoins? Hey, I went heavy, and I'll go over this in a second. I went heavy about a week and a half ago into Ethereum, Cardano, Chainlink, Avalanche, SEI, Near, The Graph, Quant, Render, HBAR. There's more in here. Let me see more assets. At DSO and Celestia. And, you know, this is from since last week. I brought this up in the BitLab Discord and here. This green bar is where I bought. So if you want to see all the assets I bought, this goes to the date that I bought them and the price level. Let's look at this. Ethereum up, Link up, but kind of chopping a little bit. Avalanche up, but this is looking a little worrisome because we got a bit of a head and shoulders here. Are we going to see a correction in Avalanche? Either way, we got it way down here. I'd be okay if this even dropped below this because we're pre-halving. I actually hope some of these prices break below my entry point from last week so I can lower my average entry. Give me another chance to stack up into those. And as I outlined in the BitLab private, basically premium member stream Saturday, by the way, any of you BitLab members here on YouTube, if you go over to community page right here, you'll see right here, I shared the whole video from that private members Discord stream. And I break down some of the coins that I think people should stack into, and almost all of them exploded Sunday into Monday. But looking here, Avalanche, it is setting up for potentially a little bit of a drop down, but this is where we got it. Cardano, look at that purchase, boom, up. Also looking like we're setting up for a potential pullback. Does this mean we have to have it? No, but we are in a sort of broadening wedge here. We're coming right up into this territory. And last week, I told you that I was looking for a potential test into this zone because this bounced at these previous highs. See? And so I was saying this next trajectory is likely going to be up into the zone. Now we have an M formation suggesting we may have another potential test lower. And I hope it happens so I can add to it. Near protocol, this is where we got, boom, up into the right. But this also is looking like it's setting up a little bit of a head and shoulders for a potential drawdown. SEI. Got it right here. Look at this. Boom. Now we have this M formation. Also potential call for a downside. This came and tested the 382. Is the next move going to be down here into this 83-cent zone, which is the golden pocket? Not only is it the golden pocket, but look at this. This also correlates with roughly about where these range highs were back here. Shout out Alexandra G, $5 super chat. Big love to you. I love seeing the super chats. I love that I got the screen up now that I can see so I don't miss your super chats. If there's ever something or a coin or something that you want me to show and I just haven't, and I'm not talking about obscure meme coins, you're welcome to super chat. When I see that, I will do my absolute best to make sure I can do those TA on those projects. But we also see Render. This is a big play. I don't think people realize. People think Render, they think graphics, they think gaming. Understand what it means. Let me come right back here. People look at Render, they think gaming, they think graphics. And I think people are failing to see that Render is GPU processing. What does AI modeling use? GPU processing, these massive data sets that need strong computational power. This depend narrative and niche, I think, is going to explode beyond people's expectation with Filecoin and Arweave and Render and Clore and Fetch.ai. So yes, some coins with the AI in their name, but also these data services, graphic services, computing services, decentralized. I think this infrastructure side of AI is going to have an absolutely explosive bull run in this coming cycle, and they're already starting to push up. The graph, we're seeing so many of these coins explode now. I do expect we'll get some correction along the way, but I am looking to stack into these coins so I can maximize my gains in this space, understanding where the niche narrative is going next. What are you doing to stack your gains? I am so excited. So coming back over to this chart, render, graphics processing. We're seeing AI bloom right now, and we're seeing coins like this starting to push up. And as the more aware people get and the utility of this, and I'm so excited. I'm more excited for this market than I was in 2017. I don't know about you, but I'm so excited for what's to come. And I am stacking my little heart's desire into this market and sharing what I'm buying with you before I buy it. You know, I want you guys all to succeed. Where is that? There you go. Let's throw this right up in here. Boom. Don't switch. But I'm sharing all this stuff in the Discord. Exactly. I mean, I dropped the absolute alpha channel in here in the Kelly Alpha and the BitLab Discord, sharing, so much data in here over the weekend. And look at this. I talked about this before. Look how small this AI narrative is right now. Look at previous bubbles. The internet, everything is getting larger. We need to be aware of this. And not only is everything getting larger, but I want you to notice something. Let me come over here. Let me see where it's at. Not only is everything getting larger, I'm going to come to this in a second. Where is it at? This right here. So this is a great example. This is how long it took Facebook to reach 100 million users, over 4 years, 4.5 years. And we see this yellow line right here, YouTube, 3.8, almost 4 years. Then we see this black line right here, Instagram, took just over 2 years. Then we see this dotted line, TikTok, just over 1.5 years. What are we seeing? We're seeing a reduction in the amount of time of mass adoption of impactful networks and impactful technological services. And what do we see right here? WeChat, much faster. And then look at the fastest rate of change yet, ChatGPT. What does ChatGPT represent? It represents the power of AI and the global awareness of AI as a utility. So if this is a narrative, we have to pay attention to what we're doing in this market right now, because there's so many different things at play that we can allocate to, but we don't want to go so far as, say you have $1,000, you don't need 70 coins for $1,000. Figure out what narratives are going to be most impactful for you, that you're doing diligence on, that you're not just buying it because some YouTuber said it. Do some research. Look at the tokenomics, meaning how many tokens are available, what's the emission rate, how many new tokens are coming out, where are they at in circulating supply, what are the token unlock dates. We break all this down in BitLab Academy, but in the courses, but I also break it down for you here. But right now is the time we need to pay attention to, because there's so much at stake for your future. In fact, Bitcoin is doing so well. It's not only doing well just against the dollar. People want to argue against Bitcoin and gold. Maybe gold's a better. Well, let's look at this chart right here. This isn't charted against the US dollar. This is Bitcoin charted against gold. It looks just like the stock to flow US dollar metric. Bitcoin is outpacing every notable currency and standard of capital storage, right? This is so big. You guys don't understand how big this is. But now, Bitcoin right here, this was probably the most important weekly close for Bitcoin in 3.5 years. We closed over the 618. First time in history we've done this prior to the halving, meaning the retrace up 61.8%. It's the golden ratio, the golden Fibonacci. And even if we take out of account that it's still pre-halving, once we've done this, this is what the market has done after we've closed above the 618. Does this mean it has to happen now? Actually, I would argue right now, a little bit of caution. Let me say this. Bitcoin just closed above the 618 for the first time pre-halving. Everybody's so excited. It must be going up, up, and away from here, just like we see right here. However, I would argue a little bit of caution, because this makes people a bit more frothy, and it makes your emotional FOMO kick in and retail FOMO kick in. And this is the perfect recipe to get wrecked. Does this mean exit the market? It does not mean that. It means understand what your time horizon is. If the market does reverse from here, it doesn't mean capitulate and sell. It means to already have a plan of attack in order, levels that you're looking at, stacking into, and lowering an average entry, or DCAing in further, because right now is the most important time for the rest of your life, and you do not want to miss out on this by taking stupid trades triggered by your emotions. We have the future in our hands if we choose to practice some restraint, but also take on the risk in a meaningful way. Right now is the time. Let's get it. We got to talk about these charts. Let's dive into these charts here in about 1 minute. Now, coming back over to this chart, we talked about this explosion and how fast things are moving. Explosion, how fast the AI world is going to start changing the adoption rates and also the utility and the advancements in technology, because now we can use AI models to circumvent a lot of the time we've had before. But this also means things are ripe for issues along the way. So don't have everything stacked into one play. Now, coming on to this chart right here, altcoins. Yeah, we're in Bitcoin, but let's be honest, all of us are looking to those altcoins so we can get those explosive gains so we can get more Bitcoin. Or even if we don't want Bitcoin, maybe we just want explosive gains to transfer it into fiat. Everybody has a different plan. I don't know about you, but I'm looking to stack Bitcoin through my altcoins. And when we see this right here, this W pattern, boom, boom, boom. Once we break this zone right here, this 38.2, look at that, up. And we've done the same thing here, very similar, slightly different shape, but this boom, boom, boom. And then coming up into the zone, we have broken above this, bounced on this, and now are looking to potentially break out further. Are you ready to ride this wave? I see so many new names here in the chat right now. Just a quick moment to say how much I love and appreciate each and every one of you that are here. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Let's remember the markets are closed today. It is President's Day, so big love to everybody out there for showing up today. We don't have bank holidays here. We're in crypto. We're in crypto. We're riding this market. We are stacking into our future. So if you are new here, drop your name in chat, say what's up. And everybody that is a member here, everybody that's been here for a while, welcome any of the newcomers. And by the way, if you haven't yet, look down below this video and hit that subscribe button and join us here. It's time to talk about some of the things going on in this market. Total 3 also looking like this. Look, breakdown, push up, little retest to the downside, rise, retrace, continuation. And we not only broke above this previous range high, we came down and tested us. We tested this zone, meaning the bears tried, the bulls said, nope, we want to push this sucker higher. So what do we need to look at to determine where things are going next? Well, first things first, we talked about this. Things are getting a little frothy. We cannot ignore that. I am as bullish as they come. But let's be honest, to be very bullish on where we're going in the future, don't you want the opportunity to buy again below 50? I mean, I know I do. I'm not upset if we get a drop because I am planned for it. I've got the strategy that can take advantage of this market if it goes down. If you don't have a strategy, this market is going to take advantage of you. And this has proven each time it's tapped up into this zone right here, this red zone. Boom, down, boom, down, boom. This kind of rode a little bit, but I don't think we're yet in this phase. But look at this, boom, this huge, that was a 40% drop right there, down, boom. This was a market cycle top. But the point here is we see that the market is so in profit right now, we just need to be a little bit cautious or prepared for those prices if it is going to drop. Now, next thing I want to show you, and we're going to get into the TA, this right here. Do you see this large spike right here? This large spike started right here. See where my mouse is? Look up in here. See the price dropping? This is where this 1,000 wallets with over 1,000 Bitcoin, just shooting up prior to this move up and still going up. Are you not entertained? Come on, guys. Now, I will say also, we got to watch out right here. This market, this level above us that we're watching, we've kind of tangled with this fair value region, this dotted line that we're right here. We tangled with this quite a bit, $46,000 to $48,000 region, which is also the golden pocket of the macro move. But the next level up, starting to get overheated, this right here, let me see overvalued. It comes in right now at about $66,000, which is above this first high that we had back here. I don't know why this, yeah. This is above. Remember how we had a double top last time, 64 something and then 69? This right here means we'd be testing that region, and that may be the next level that we need to be concerned with as we move up when we're looking at this fair value chart from the rational root. Now, yeah, market's trying to make a little bit of a move down. So let's get into it. Let's talk about this. Boom. Man, I had this drawn. I should have been on here before. I had this drawn. I was going to say, watch for a breakdown from here because we have this level, this support region right here on Bitcoin. I'm looking at the 24-minute chart, this rising level right here of support. The price came up into the zone and created this M formation and two bearish divergences right here. RSI bearish divergence and momentum bearish divergence, meaning the price was trying to push higher and the underlying fuel was showing some weakness. Not only that, we still, as exciting as this was, we're still having a lower high from this range back here on February 15th, February 14th and 15th. And in this case, we have this level right here. And I do think we did not quite get down to test this support line. What is this support line? Let's look at it. The support line is right here, starting back here, February 10th, bounce, bounce, bounce. We did not quite get down there. We got held up, supported by this weekly VWAP. However, not only, there we go. However, now we have dropped below the weekly VWAP. And I do think that we may get either a test sideways into this or a little bit of a move down. Also, we have the 382 right here from that whole macro move. So that would be basically the 51.5. If we lose 51.5, then we're going to look for those opportunities that we've outlined before. So I'm not worried about what direction this is going right now. In fact, I want it to go down so I can stack more. I told everybody in the Discord on Saturday, I identified several of the coins that I'm looking at stacking next. And I'll give you guys just a sneak preview of it. Some of them are, where is it at? Some of them are right there. Boom. Snapshot that. I'm going off the screen. But things are feeling good. In addition to this rising support, we can also see that this had a bit of it's a rising wedge. These rising wedges tend to break out bearishly. And what we get? Break out bearishly. If we look at this on the 4 hour, I just want you to notice something. Let's go ahead and let this load up. We dropped below this trend signal line, came up, rejected on it, and came down. Found support on the weekly VWAP, came back up where the 20 moving average here, this EMA ribbon, right in this zone, and are breaking down a little bit. I am looking for this zone. If we lose the zone, then we're coming down likely to this 50,100 to 50,300 sort of zone, and so on and so forth. We have the levels below this. But this is starting to form this M formation, which would signal that move to the downside. When we go through all these other coins we just talked about, coming back up here, and like ETH, for instance, ETH actually looks the most bullish out of all these that we're, we'll go through these in a second. But look at this. We do have a little bit of a sideways. I don't like these as head and shoulders when they're this angled. But similarly, we have this shoulder, head, shoulder. And again, this is sideways as it can be. But this is showing a little bit of weakness here. But we have the levels mapped out for where we want to go. First level I really want to see, and we can draw this new on the chart, is this zone right here. Why? All these, look, 1, 2, 3 rejections at this level. We have the stochastics angled far down right here, but they are rounding. We may not get that move down. Remember, we have the ETH ETF on the horizon and some bullishness coming into this zone. So if this can hold basically right here where it bounced, maybe we get this move back to the upside. But as it stands right now, let's go down to the 4 hour charts. Okay, 4 hour, we see the stochastics angled over, RSI angled over, and the money flow. This is roughly, let's see how high this, not money flow, the momentum. We may end up getting a bit of a bearish divergence here with this being higher with the prices here, high, and then we have a higher high on the momentum. We have a high and a lower high. So we do have some brewing bearishness coming into the zone. And we have this key level that I outlined last week right above us, that $3,000 mark, which is not just a round number. It's also this channel that we have coming all the way back to, what is this? November 2020. Is that November 2022? No way. Yeah. Holy moly. November 2022. So we have to be a little bit cautious here as this pushes up into the zone, but sky's the limit after this ETF. I do expect a rise, retrace, sell the news, and then continuation. So be a little careful here. I would like an opportunity for this to come back down, but as it stands right now, there is some bearishness. You see these bearish divergences as the price is pushing higher, but things are getting a little bit irrational at the moment. I am watching for an ETH. We see these candles, just the candles alone. We're not looking at any other data set. The candles alone are telling me that this wants to test down in this region. We're getting increase in bullish momentum, smaller bullish momentum, doji, basically spinning top, which is a likely setup for a reversal sort of narrative. And then now we get a bearish candle starting to grow to the downside. So I am looking at this 28.57 sort of region. And if we lose that, then we can look to a lower level. Link is chopping sideways. Came down from this top, bounced right on the golden pocket, came back up. We have this channel, falling channel, that did break out bullish, much like falling channels do. We got to extend this out a little bit. Look at this. Came down, bounced on this. We're going to want to watch what happens here. I think this may, it's kind of hard to tell what's going to happen here. We may be setting up this inverted head and shoulders here. If this can round out up into the zone, then we could talk about potential upside. But things are getting a little bit cautious, it feels like. A little uncertain because things are getting very frothy. But not only that, we see ETH and Link not performing exactly how we want them to. But you look at coins like GRT, this may be some of the reason why that capital focus isn't in ETH and Bitcoin right now. We're seeing the tweet that came out from Vitalik Buterin, developer, founder of Ethereum, talking about the integration and using of AI and finding bugs and stuff like that. But the word AI coming out of Vitalik's mouth, as well as Sam Altman's launch of the Sora AI video development that they just released, is seeing the AI world basically scooping up capital as people getting excited about it. So we have to pay attention to that. I mean, this is just looking so good. Just want to zoom out here. So this is the next level I'm looking at, 32 cents. Why? It's previous range low over here. It's going to be 32 cents right in this zone. So let's delete this. It's going to come out here. Let's zoom out. I'm going to go Option F from the top to the bottom. Let's drag this over. Man, you see that? The 382 isn't even all the way up till $1.15. The golden pocket's at $1.84. So there's a lot of room for this to grow. Even though you feel like you missed out on this, I would be waiting for a little bit of a rejection somewhere and a little bit of a pullback at some point to identify when you would want to enter this. Right now, this is just a green rocket to the moon. And look at this. Look at this interest in the volume. Huge volume spike here. So GRT is doing great. We also saw, we come over here to fetch.ai. Let's go to right here. Look at this. Also, this is a 12-hour chart. This is, 90. I can't even see. There we go. 90% move from here up. Let's get down to the 1 hour. Okay. Look at this. Trending. If I double click on the volume, come right here to moving average. Now we can see the moving average. Moving average trending up. That means the volume interest is increasing on this. Now, I mean, I don't even know what to tell you guys. I'm so bullish. I just want to do jumping jacks. So if this were a top of this region, which kind of looks like it may be, partially because this move also shows a golden pocket right here where this price action already had a lot of choppiness. So I'd be watching for a potential pullback down into this 78 cent region, 382. And if we lose that, coming down here into the 69 to 70 cent region. But the AI narrative is seeing some momentum push into it right now. So I'm not betting on this immediately doing this. I'm going to wait for this to show some further signs of pulling back. Now, if we turn on the indicators, let's see, we're getting a lot of choppiness on this, but there's going to be narrative play, which is going to make some TA a little bit irrelevant. But look at this. The price action pushed in to this order block region that was representative. I don't even know. It's going to be all the way back here. Many months ago. No telling. Way back before 2022. Let's get back to where, okay. So we're pushing up into the zone, order block region, meaning a liquidity interest, potential barrier, a magnet that in itself is a barrier. And we formed a secondary order block, which is why all of a sudden this is darker. These red blocks are what I'm talking about. Automatically show up on the BitLab trading stack. Now on the 1 hour, we see pretty big divergence. Stochastics lower. Now we see this here. Where is this? This is right here where this peak is on the stochastics, and we see price action pushing way up But the RSI and the stochastics on this side over here with the price higher, the data points are showing a bit lower. We're also seeing a divergence on the momentum from this point right here to this point right here. As the same period of time, we're seeing this go higher, meaning the underlying strength is showing a little weakness. How many of you out there hold Fetch AI? What price point did you buy it at? I'm waiting for an opportunity because remember, I told you guys I'm not buying this week. I'm buying sometime probably either at the end of this week, maybe early next week. I'm not going to let the FOMO of today's price action make me say, I got to jump in now before I lose it. No, because that's when you lose your capital. Because when you trade emotionally to buy, you're also going to trade emotionally to sell, which means you're typically going to sell for a loss. I'm not buying on emotion. I'm buying on the data. And although it's like, oh, it sucks, this is pushing up, prices, larger part on every asset do rise, retrace, continuation. I'm okay missing all of this. I'm waiting for this to identify my signal to buy, not on a big set of green candles. But this is feeling good. HBAR also had a bit of a run up. Look at this. This is where do we buy this sucker at? All the way down here, 72 cents or 7.2 cents, not 72. This would represent almost a 46% move. What does it show? HBAR. 41% move up since we bought it. Remember, this was a smaller portfolio I put together to show you guys, and I was buying it based on the altcoin market overall chart showing that we are in a great time, one of the last best opportunities to get in before you can have that huge parabolic rise to the upside. I'm planning on holding most of these for over 12 months so I can benefit on lower capital gains, lower income tax because it transitions to capital gains taxes. So I'm trying to pick narratives, projects, and ecosystems that I due diligence on, I'm okay with holding for the next 12 plus months. And so when we come back over to here, HBAR looking like it's getting a rise. We're getting a little bit of a trend shift right here, but we're seeing these just being little pausing points previously. But we also see here, we have a trend shift, and we also have bearish divergence pretty largely on the RSI, stochastics, not quite on the momentum yet because this is looking like it's trying to pick up speed. But we're watching for this potentially to pull back. Look at this weekly VWAP, this yellow line, part of the BitLab trading stack here on the intelligence. The weekly VWAP is coming right in line with where this trend signal line is, right in here. So I'll be watching for this potential move down into this 9.7 cents, back under 10 cents. And if we lose that zone, let's go ahead and delete this. Measure this, Option F, Alt F if you're on PC. All right, so look at this. Right in this zone, we have the 382, which is just below this trend signal line. The golden pocket is down here, right where this previous range high was down at 9 cents. See, this would feel so scary, but when you're looking at it, you're like, let's take advantage of those dips if they come. That would be a 12% dip, which means you can buy more than 12% more of this if it were to dip with the same amount of capital. Be patient. See this move, go, okay, man, the narrative's there. Let's wait for that retrace to scale in. Quant, trying to make some moves, but still sticking relatively, almost want to call it unmoved. We bought it here. It went below our price, came back up, went below our price again, and then I ended up buying again somewhere about here because we had this W formation. I added back to this, so I doubled my investment in this. Pushed up, came back, tested the zone, and it's pushing up, but we're getting a lower high and an M formation. This is not yet ready to move yet. It's looking like. Under 16 is like 16 or 14 million coins. Strong community. A lot of integrations outside of crypto as well, integrating real world stuff with crypto. It's a software blockchain, can be used for CBDCs and nation states and so much. Now, I'm not a big fan of CBDCs, but I'm going to ride that wave if those things start getting implemented. Because if a nation state is using a blockchain for a CBDC, talk about the volume there. Woo-wee. Ribbon Finance, much smaller play. I do not recommend this to anyone, but this is a high risk play I'm taking here because it's got quite a small market cap. It's got a lot of development things that they're doing. It's a DeFi play. You can find this also on Coinbase, but this is where I got it right here. And it kind of, look at this, came back, tested this, and then moved up. But look at this pretty big sell-off right here. This may have another opportunity a bit lower. We had some, money flow was coming up. Now it looks like it's starting to trickle out. ONDO is that coin that I talked about as a play. I don't have it yet. I was talking about this. Let's see, what's Thursday? I was talking about this last week. So around here, price action broke up, came back down, tested this level, and now is shot up. This does have some partnerships and money invested from Coinbase and some, I forget what capacity ONDO has some affiliation or partnership or data service provider or something with BlackRock, and it's a new coin. I mean, you can find that on Coinbase as well. Guys, I'm sharing you guys so much alpha. And I do want to shout out really quick. We do have the last day today. Today's the last opportunity if you want to get in on that 30-day free trial for the BitLab Academy Premium Discord. Go to lab.bitlabacademy.com. I'm going to go here, sign up here. Expires tonight. It's a 30-day free trial to the BitLab Academy Premium Discord. And then if you go through that, if you basically sign up, check your email. It shows you exactly how to get your Discord all plugged in and get all the premium channels. But then as soon as you do that, you also get an offer that you can get the indicators, all these BitLab indicators, as well as the courses at the lowest price bundle we've ever done. So use this while that insiders deal is live. We're going to be turning this off after tonight, but you will be also grandfathered in at that price. So big love to you. Get in there. And in the Discord, we've been sharing so much alpha in here. It's like not even funny, talking about, I've just been having so much fun. We're doing another BitLab, basically members event here, 3:15 today. So if you are a BitLab member, if you sign up now, you can get in that. Drew from Blockchain Basement, we're going to be talking about some of our bull market strategies, these picks that we're really trying to stack into, what's on our horizon and how we're going to get out and profit. So get in on that. And of course, if you haven't yet, if you haven't started your taxes, what are you doing? Head over to decrypted.tax/hit. Start getting your taxes done, your crypto taxes done, so you can see if you get money back, so you can get it in this market if that's something you want to do. But utilize this while you can. Decrypted.tax. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. That's all I got for you right now. I will say the only other coin I wanted to mention, TIA. I did stack into this, but this is still showing me a little bit. See this roundingness? This is showing like this was running when other things weren't. This may need a little bit of a cool off period before it gets another initiative. We do see negative money flow, but I am going to be looking at stacking into this as well when the setup is right. But I love you guys. Let's get a little bit of a roll call right now. Everybody here, what coin are you looking to stack next? What do you feel like you don't have enough of? I'm curious to see what you guys got. Let me see it and comment down below if you are watching this later. And again, join us in this community. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I'm here to uplift you. You all uplift me. I appreciate you. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding the bell. And let's all become not only whole coiners, let's become multi-coiners. Let's do it. Hit the like button for that. And that's all I got. Adios. I'll see you all in the BitLab members stream in Discord, 3:15 p.m. Eastern time. And by the way, again, use that link, lab.bitlabacademy.com. I'm going to pin it in the top of the comments right now. lab.bitlabacademy.com/Josh. Again, that's lab.bitlabacademy.com/Josh. Get in there, sign up, and I'll see you in the Discord. Let's get this. Let's ride this wave together. Adios, muchachos. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Falco and Alexandra G, for the super chats. I appreciate you, everybody. Thank you for being here. Let's be multi-coiners this time next year. I love you guys. Hit that like button. Let's ride this wave to the top.